Alright, so I was kind of lazy, and this was not actually on purpose. This was not on purpose. I had every intention of starting beforehand and like, oh, I'm gonna write this great piece about sloth and blah blah, laziness, whatever. I stayed up late last night watching Seven, appropriate, and decided today to read something that I wrote like a year ago, and so, anyway, enjoy. It's completely unrelated, so just so you know. Alright, so it's called So Korea, the Day That Won't End, the 31st. I'm so tired, I'm delirious. Alright. I woke up in the Philippines, like really woke up yesterday morning after how many hours of sleep? I can't remember, pero it doesn't matter. I really woke up after a night's long sleep. I woke up and packed, probably, ate some pandesal at the breakfast table and waited for time on the internet that wouldn't come until landing in Korea with Reno. Wait, when did I wake up? Perhaps after only a few hours of sleep in Tab's room, yeah, in the Philippines in Tab's room with her and Reno. Last night in the Philippines, when I woke up sweating in the morning, yesterday morning, the 30th, in their room. The 30th, a day I wanted to spend with a man in Quiapo, parang walking together or enjoying sweating together in that crowded marketplace. Quiapo and a man, a dark-skinned Ilocano man whose eyes said yes the first time I met him at the Mindiola massacre protest. Ilocano and wide-nosed, thick-lipped, dark brown man, tall and broad-shouldered, strong arms, but armed only with a camera, waiting to take pictures of me naked, dancing in Quiapo, my light Tagalog skin glistening in the sweat he pursued. Fuck. No. He, in that moment in Quiapo, that was my fantasy of him standing naked in Quiapo with me, bodies wet with sweat, from the humidity alone, with our bodies touching at the bellies at the center of our bodies, our hands kissing the other's face. He lifts me to encircle him, and I cry out, oh, naked in Quiapo, with no one noticing. That was my fantasy yesterday in Manila. Tabs and her Ilocano family and I and her Ilocano friends that stayed over and her Ilocano brothers, we all waited till the sun had passed at its height. Then took a jeepney to the mall, and not Quiapo as I had hoped. Yeah, I was disappointed, pero this mall was a real mall, 5 stories with aircon. We stopped and I couldn't find what I wanted, so I got second best of everything. Parang, instead of barrel men and women, I got rainmakers. Parang, instead of frog skin, change purses, or even keychains, I got desk organizers made of coconut wood. Yeah, second-rate gifts, alright? But eventually, I had to stop crying about it. I knew I was only crying over a lost day in the heat of Quiapo with an Ilocano lover that wasn't actually mine. Not even close. But in my dreams, I'd close my eyes and say, masarap, delicious. And he'd respond, naimas, delicious. So we left the mall, of course. We had to leave and return to muggy nights in the pollution-filled air of Quezon City. So crowded and busy and full of smog that it fills your nostrils with gray ash. You have to blow it out later. Or if you're a man with long pinky nails, you can actually pick it out with your fingernails grown exactly for that purpose. Or if you're like the man I saw sitting on a curb while I was hanging out in the front seat of a jeepney, you blow long strands of gray liquid ash from your nose while coughing and holding your stomach. So we left the mall and took a jeepney. Those jeeps used by the U.S. during World War II. Now, those smog-ridden machines are the sweat and toil of Philippine public transit. They're everywhere. I thought last night as we left the mall full of stores with American goods, except one, yes, only one, Cultura store, where I couldn't find my first-rate gift, first-choice gifts, and almost cried but chose to make the most of it, right, by not crying or bitching anymore. So we took a jeepney back to Tab's, and as we drove, we felt the vibrations of the jeepney stop as abruptly as it started on the road. We got back to Tab's house, and I showered from a large bucket of water. I dreamt and saw my Ilocano man on his knees before me, thirsty and tasting between my thighs, saying, nasam eat, sweet, and naimas. I replied in a different tongue than his own. I slept well last night. Or no, that's not right. I took a nap after my shower, finished packing, and then we all had to leave at 10 p.m. Left with my friend Reno, and we went to the airport. Reno had to say goodbye to his girlfriend, say goodbye to his Tabs, and we went to the airport. My Ilocano man wasn't there to wave me off at the airport, but I knew he followed me into the plane and out to Korea, Incheon. Korea, where Reno and I got through customs with the written excuse of leaving the plane due to a long-ass layover and the desire to chill, literally chill, like stand outside in the frosty air because it's winter, that we could see as we breathed, even without my smoking added to it. But to literally chill in Korea, Seoul to be exact. But we landed in Incheon, so we needed a few planes. 3 to be exact, but 7 to be exact because we didn't get off on the line that ended where we thought it was supposed to end. We didn't have a ticket with money. We got confused with transfers, got away with it though, because the customer service guy only understood 1 word of English while we understood none of Korean. He understood out. So he let us out to buy a ticket for our final trip. We got off the train at Seoul Station, and we walked around in the winter cold and found a few shops to buy stuff from, like a mug for my sister, like a bagel for my belly, like a scarf for my neck, or a few gifts for my small cousins. I accidentally left my barrel man and women that I'd bought at the Philippine airport. Fuck, did I mention that I bought these at the Manila airport with the dirty bathrooms and a rude bakla trying to cut me in line? Oh, I was like, oh, hell no. Pero, whatever. I bought the goods I wanted there, a barrel man and woman and frog skin keychain, which of course I left in Korea, like I said, and I regretted it because I don't think Korea approved of the barrel appendages that like to stick out in the air like that, or like that. Like in Wanting, like in fantasies, 4 hours of traveling back and forth on trains with only a few hours in Seoul where I forgot my barrels and frogs and then left freezing. The time difference from the Philippines, just so you know, to Korea is 1 hour, but a 4-hour flight with no real sleep, only light sleep, like quick, short, deep naps that send me reeling into the dream mouth of my lover, that soft, pink wetness of his tongue that my body knows only from not knowing at all. Still, no sleep, and we're returning to America, a 17-hour time difference from Korea, a 10-hour flight back to my bed. When is today going to end? Because we left the Philippines at midnight on the 31st, arrived in Korea, and spent all day there, but Reno and I are flying backward into time and landing on the morning of the 31st in San Francisco. Uh-oh, back there, back in the Bay Area, another type of cold without pollution or humidity or constant moisture reminding me I cannot control the world around me. Back to being isolated in the cold and wind and hail of outer fucking Richmond and trying to remember the face of an Ilocano lover that never really actually existed in any realistic possibility, except that his eyes said yes when he saw me. And now I try to think of those eyes still on the 31st, still in the air, still going from the melting brown and white snow on the ground in Korea to incessantly foggy San Francisco. And I'm prepared for neither. We'll land, Reno and me, in San Francisco without our lovers, real or imagined, and try to feel their faces between our thighs, both of us saying, oh, and both hearing, na imas, nasam it.